Hi there, this is the Retired Fat Guy Paul. I'm coming to you on October 13, 2023. Yesterday I met a young lady at Nation's Hamburgers in Vallejo, California, in my hometown. Um, I heard your order and I just knew you had to be carnivore or keto or low carb. I pulled you aside and asked you a few questions, and you stated that you had lost about 120 pounds in the last year. And you showed me your picture from a year ago, and wow, that was very impressive. Even more impressive, you instigated and told me all the things that changed internally with you, too. Your chemistry and your strength, your mind's clear, your everything seems to just be better. And when I heard that, I let you know about a movie that Carrie Mann is putting together, and I'm helping do heart research and just listen in and see if there's anything I can send. And I'm very interested in putting together an interview with you and hearing your story. For everybody else, if you have a story, please contact me. My email is very simple. It's TheRetiredFatGuy@gmail.com. Let me know what's changed with you. Send me a picture. Send me, now I'm making an inappropriate picture for all those ones out there that don't like to do that. But anyway, send me a picture. Tell me your story. Tell me what's changed. And let's help Carrie out. He's putting this movie together, and we need some really compelling evidence to share with the world, because a lot of people don't understand what carnivore really is about and why eating meat is a really, really, really good thing to do. And yes, it goes against the grain with what doctors say, but there are doctors coming on board right now, letting people know and bringing scientific evidence and showing, posting, telling you why they say this and say that, and they're showing us the proof that pretty much we've been lied to. So I myself totally believe in that. I think we've been lied to for a long time. I'm 53 years old, so the course of my life, that's what's happened. We were told to eat low fat, and they're feeding us margarine and as a replacement for butter, because they're saying saturated fat was bad, and we got to watch our LDLs and HDLs, the good cholesterol and bad cholesterol, basically. And it's turned out we've only gotten worse. If you watch anything on the carnivore lifestyle, the doctors will tell you. I'm not a doctor, but I'm testing this water, and I really like it. Well, a few years ago, I was on keto, did very well. I lost 60, 70 pounds, something like that. And then I got back to work, got back to normal life, trying to work. My shift changed. Life happened. Spending time worrying more about, excuse me, which itch my face, worrying about everybody but myself. And I learned if you're not good for yourself, how are you going to be good for others? So in my case, that's what I came to. I worked shift work for years. Wasn't necessarily eight and hit the gate. It was 8 and you got to do another 8. And I did this for many, many years. Before I was in my last career, I was involved in trucking for years. So I was doing overnight trucking, hauling fuel, hauling freight. Always doing stuff that should have kept me thin, but it wasn't like calculated movement. I was just doing movement that my job created. And I did do a lot of walking. I tried to eat clean and healthy, but all I did was get bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm sure many of you can relate with that. And then to go do your annual physicals, and your doctors are saying, hey, you need to lose weight. And then they don't believe you. They didn't believe me, but I'm guessing the same as with you. I even used MyFitnessPal and this app and that app. Checked every bite. But I'd go back and I might be down a few pounds. And they would say the same thing. Oh, you must not be following right. So then they would send me to a dietitian. Well, this went on for years. Same result. So I kept banging my head. And I'm sure many of you can totally relate to what I'm talking about. And that's why I'm seeking you. I'm seeking you to reach out to me. Let's get your story out. There's a lot of stories out there, and yeah, I can sit here all day and tell you what I've done, but let's hear what you've done. Hear those stories. Those doctors that don't believe you, or whatever. What was it that made you go carnivore? What's your why? My why is take care of my family for another 50 years. That'll put me at, 103, but that's a goal, right? So for the rest of my days, I just want to be healthy and present for my family and not having to go to the doctors all the time. I'm trying to get off high blood pressure meds. Fun fact. I forgot my medication. About a week ago, I was in Wyoming. My wife and I and our youngest son took my middle son to Wyoming. He's going to Western Welding Academy in Gillette, Wyoming. And there's something for whoever's looking for a job. They need welders. There's 340,000 welders needed all across America. That's how many are short. But if you know anybody looking for work, you might want to have them look at the welding industry. All trades are down. But anyway, that's where I was. And we left the Wednesday, a week ago Wednesday. And I was about 100 miles in to the drive and realized I forgot my medication. So I immediately called Kaiser, which is my healthcare provider, and told them, and they set up 2 areas that I was going to be driving by. And my last stop, of course, in Gillette, Wyoming, to put in a 10-day order. I'm on the Cinepril, amlodipine, and some water pill. It starts with a CHLORIDE, I believe it's how it, chloride or whatever. I'm not a doctor, I told you that, right? So anyway, so I wasn't on meds for 4 or 5 days. Guess what? My blood pressure was 130, 134 over 78. Yeah, that's the elevated level, but yeah, it took about 7 days before I noticed my numbers shoot up. So yes, I still need to be on some medication, but a little over a week ago I was told, hey, your blood pressure is looking good, get off amlodipine. So that was the try. The idea is and what I told the doc is if my numbers shoot up, I'll get back on it. So unfortunately I had to go back on it. My guess is because I went cold turkey. Now the good part of this is I got back on it when I got home. That was about 6 days later. I started getting a headache, and that's how I knew my blood pressure was up. Checked on the cuff, and lo and behold, I was 155 over 92 sometime, and in the morning I'd be over 105. So I was going in the wrong direction. So I went back on. So what? I gave it a try, right? So maybe I'm that guy that always going to need to be on some medication. I don't know, but I do know I feel good. I have a ton of energy. Yeah, so I'm on a bike all the time. For those that don't know, I am doing a 300-mile challenge this month for Wounded Warriors Project, and that's all on my bike. A couple months ago, I did a 62-mile challenge for Stop Soldier Suicide, and I failed. I went way more than that. Did about 100 and I can't remember, 110, we'll just say, on my feet, and ended up logging bike mileage. It put me like 170 miles for the month. So that's with bad knees, brand new, not bad knees, just rehabbing knees from double knee replacements. I had those July of 2022, and they're feeling good. My right one's perfect. My left one has a little something going on still, but they told me it'd be a 2-year recovery, and boy, my left leg's holding true to that statement. So, but I feel good. So I got to log more miles. I'm currently at about 80 miles for the month, and I think that's not bad. And I did a lot of walking while I was gone. I didn't miss a workout. I always did at least 2.5 to 3 miles in the morning while I was gone. I stayed carnivore mostly, but while traveling, it's kind of hard to stay on there. I was out of my food by, I packed too little, so all my meat was done. Up in Wyoming, it was really cool. The steaks weren't that expensive. They were like, ribeye was 21 to 27. There was one restaurant that was 65 for ribeye, so I opted for another cut of beef. I stayed away from carbs. I did have salad, and I am honestly probably more Ketovore, where I mix in a little bit of vegetables or a nice green salad. No spinach. I think I haven't ate spinach since early June of this year. Apparently that causes a lot of issues with arthritis, and God knows I have enough problems with arthritis. But ever since I've been eating primarily meat, I'm not in much pain anymore. I do have inflammation in my neck because I have narrowing of the spine on my upper neck from an injury at work, and the lower part of my back along the SI region, which is where most people's sciatic nerves are having problems. But even that, I mean, I still get up gingerly because my back got hurt. I got really hurt. So, but the inflammation's not there. Walking, I walk between 2.5 and 5 miles a day. Sometimes I'll feel but I'll get into about 7-mile range. And I try to do that first thing in the morning, but I'm taking a class and it requires me being up at like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm usually done by 9, so my workouts start a little later than where I was. I still try to operate on a fast before I actually eat. I go and do my workouts. I don't really get hungry. I don't even get hungry when I get home, but I know I got to eat something. So freshen up, and then I go and throw a ribeye on, or sirloin with a lot of butter, because I like butter. Butter is highly needed. And a few weeks ago, I'm still in the middle of a weight stall. I keep hovering around 280 to 285. I did get up during the trip, even with all the walking I still did. It went to show to me that if you get off your routine, your scale will go up. So I was 282 to 285 before the trip. I got home and that scale said 290. I said, holy cow, I didn't really eat crazy. but I didn't eat exactly how I'd been eating. Still had my eggs, still had meat, I still had bacon, but maybe it was what they were cooking it in. It wasn't bothering me stomach wise, or I didn't feel like I had inflammation. I slept fine, but something made me go to 290. So maybe I ate a little bit more. I ate a little too close in my intervals where I'm normally 14 to 16 hours. I'd be 12 to 14 hours. But anyway, live and learn, right? And I woke up this morning, I was 283. So we got back Monday really late. So a couple of days later, I'm back to where I was. Yeah, I was 283 this morning. So I'm on my way back. Maybe that was the confusion I needed to make my scale dip. My hope is I'll be in the 270s next week and continue on from there. I am down from 317 since June 13th when we came back from Maui. So either way, I'm down. And then my wife says I'm thinning out. And I could see it just filming here. It doesn't matter what angle. I don't seem to have the double chin as much as I used to have. My shoulders and the chest area. I'm purposely wearing little narrower shirts so I can actually see the definition. I do like working out, which requires me to eat a little bit more. So with that note, I was watching Beef Butter Girl. Look her up. She's pretty cool. There was another young lady I see all the time. She's high energy. Anyway, I guess people were trying to eat exactly like she was eating, and they weren't getting the results. And I guess the moral of that story is you're going to have to figure out what works for you when you come on carnivore. If you have a weight stall, you're going to have to figure it out. You need to work out more or work out less. Beef Butter Girl, she says she doesn't like to work out at all. And if you look at her, wow, she looks dynamite. So did the other young lady. I think her name is Kaylee, the other lady. But I was just listening because they both have successful YouTube channels, and a lot of people listen to them, and that was the lesson of the day. Yeah, they look great. A lot of things changed for them, but the big story about that one is do you. Don't eat like them. They can eat a pound of meat a morning or 2 pounds in a day. I think Beef Butter Girl can eat up to 5 pounds in a day. Her metabolism is good now, so her body's wanting what she eats. You might not be able to eat 5 pounds. You might be able to eat a pound or 2. That's okay if it works for you. You're not hungry. You ate to where your body said, "Yeah, I'm good." Great. That's the goal. Make sure your body's good. Eat when you're hungry, not on a clock. That's the other thing. You remember? You wake up, gotta have some kind of breakfast. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. Time to eat again. Next thing you know, it's 5, 6 o'clock. Oh, that's when everybody eats in America. So don't do that. Kids aren't hungry. Don't push them to eat. They're not gonna shrivel up and die because they didn't eat at 5 o'clock at night, or 6 or 7 or whatever time you eat. And that tradition's got to go. You don't need to do that. Let them kids eat when they're hungry. And frankly, my own boys kind of taught me that. That's when they eat. My oldest eats when he's hungry. He fasts probably too long. He's an athlete. He needs to eat more and more protein, but they don't eat unless they're hungry. My older two, and that's really it. They eat high protein, pretty much. My middle son doesn't eat vegetables hardly at all. My older son loves vegetables, and but he eats a lot of protein too. So that's what works for him, and he's 6'5", and it's rock solid, and he's got definition. I don't think I was ever in the shape that he's in. My middle son, when he eats the way he wants to eat, he leans up really quick. So that's a moral of the story. Yes, they got the young blood and all that stuff going for them, but I'm on them now. Eat when they're hungry, eat nutrient-dense food, and do that for the rest of your life, and all will be good. So anyway, kind of went off the deep end, looking for Theresa. Everybody else, do the same. Give me some love by doing a little subscription based sub or whatever you want to call it. Hit that little bell so you get notification. And if you went 21 minutes with me, thank you for doing that. I'm trying to get my average watch time up so I could qualify for all the things that I can qualify by doing this. Letting you know what's working. I want to really get to know you guys, though. I mean, that's what it's really about. Is okay, I figured out what works for me. Now I just want to share it with you. And I thank Dante for Igno Freedom, Carrie Homestead Howe, Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Anthony Chafee, all the other doctors that I'm learning with heart health. Thank you for dedicating yourself when you don't have to. You guys definitely make the money that you need to make. What else would you need by having a successful YouTube channel? Dr. Chafee, I don't know how you do it. You're working on people's brains, yet you have time to dedicate to us, the community that is throughout the world, and you're always doing interviews. So I don't know how you plan surgeries and plan what you do, but I do know that it eats into your sleep, and I know you're a young stud. Just take it from here. Don't keep that pace. Take care of yourself, and that way we can all get that wise conversation from you. So anyway, for everybody that reached out, thank you for listening. Email me, let me know that you want to interview, and let's make this happen so it's not just me talking. I'd rather have a conversation any day than me just talking. There's plenty of us out there that do just this, have this conversation. But so that's my goal, is to get more people talking, and get as many people I can to carry, and let's make it be you next. So you know what to do. Wherever there's a video of me hanging, I can't remember where I placed them, check out what I've done in the past. Check out my first interview with Olivia. I'm hoping to have many more. They'll be labeled interview 1, interview 2, interview 3, and then whom I'm talking with in the video. And I'm gonna try to figure out how to make everything really interesting so you guys stay longer. That's it. Talk to you later. This is my little cool pin my phone has that says, when I say goodbye and I hit this little button, it goes away. So here we go. Goodbye.